folks from all over the island that care about freedom, we show up. Only two laws on earth. There's God's natural law. Some people call it common law.
As Jean points out the two conflicting laws that exist, that is common law versus man's law, Aloha Nation Live would like to expand on the issue of man's law of usury a little deeper. This usury is the commerce and exchange law practices that became consolidated in Hawaii along with the gunboat diplomacy, military-backed settler coup d'etat in 1893, and are also known as 1. The Roman Maritime Commerce and Exchange Law, which includes enforcing the rules and regulations of loan shark speculation, banker greed, and class and caste exploitation. And 2. The Uniform Commercial Code Contract Law, which nominally commodifies humans via their U.S. citizen federal corporation contracted signatures. Usury is financial capital of which practice is inclusive of interest charging loan shark bankers and speculation based on the productivity of the commodity called labor power. With this speculation, the estimated maximum amount of labor power's surplus value to be stolen by a private appropriator can be factored into the obscene hoarding process. It is a capital that utilizes the commodities money and labor power as variable commodities, since each are the commodities which can be most easily manipulated to reproduce their own use value and exchange value for the purpose of exploitation, one by means of speculative gambling and the other by continually shifting the burden of the endless ongoing process of purchasing power reduction onto the very producers who create the goods and services. Present-day Roman maritime commerce and exchange is neocolonialism, imperialism, whereby global financial capital is exported, yielding a global usury domination of the global labor and money markets, often associated or in conjunction with the theft of a country's natural resources. In this paradigm, only the advanced monopoly capitalist countries, that is, the neo-colonialist countries, are the beneficiaries of this global super-profiteering, which allows them to pacify, bribe a whole strata of their home front citizen contractees into some kind of national chauvinist yes people to self-indulge in this paradigm at others' expense. Both Roman Maritime Commerce and Exchange Law and the Uniform Commercial Code Contract Law corresponds with a programmed energy consciousness that includes extreme self-indulgence, greed, hoarding, parasitism of the Wall Street gambling type, and nihilism, disregard for all natural rights, laws, and morals, of which all their abused and misused wage slaves and debt slaves struggling to survive are the ones forced to feel the full negativity of this slave master culture. As a side note, the historical prototype example of this present-day usury was even the issue when the sages of old related the story by which the personage Jesus of Galilee with his whip expressed physical anger at and threatened violence against the money changers in the temple, forcing them to leave. As this cut into the monetary percentage allotted to the high priests, Sanhedrins, they conspired to have their pure black sun Roman allies rescue them from the Jesus threat, which technically was part of the 3,000-year-old covenant task agreed to anyways, which by the way ended in 2018. As a second side note also related to this would be the events surrounding the pharaoh Akhenaten 1,000 years previous to Jesus, who engaged in almost the identical activity that Jesus did, and in fact succeeded in closing down all the loan shark bank prototype temples, which also drew the wrath of all the high priests. All during his stay in Amarna, they did their best to undermine anything he was attempting to construct, and only upon his death were they able to accomplish a vengeful recovery by subverting the wife Nefertiti with the fear of destitution, then controlling the young son Tutankhamen to be oblivious to his father's beliefs and only follow their orders.
And America in 1776, and Hawaii in 1839. Both countries founded on the principles of God's natural law. What are they? Real quick. Be truthful. Do no harm. And honor your word. Contracts, treaties, agreements. What is the status of that? Let's clarify who I am, where I am, what is the law of this Aina, and now we can talk on a level playing field. All rights reserved for all people. So thank you very much for those people that are running for office, candidates in the U.S. corporation election system. And I think a lot of you already know that, but I'm grateful that people are willing to go into the pit of vipers, all rights reserved. All rights reserved. Use this language. It'll help protect you. It'll help make people aware. Okay? Hawaii's true status is we've been under a 129-year U.S. military occupation. Don't be afraid of that, especially when it's guided and protected and enforced United States Field Manual 27-10. Okay? 27-10 guides the martial law that we're actually under so that we minimize harm and facilitate peace. Politics and money can only take them so far because truth is sovereign. So keep standing in the truth. Know who you are, where you are, and what's the law. And if any corporate agent from the county or the state, they're giving you hassles, tell them, write up your charging instrument, autograph it, get it to me, and we'll get back to you. Okay? That's how it works, guys. We are creating right now. We are creating because we have to. The truth in the law is already confirmed. You must assert your rights. This is a peaceful assertion of rights.